Hi, I'm Jonathan Weinberg, and this is Drawing with Fountain Pens. Today is Sunday, March 8th. I have just got back from the Baltimore, Washington International Pen Show. I had a very good time. I was there, got there on Friday at 2 o'clock, around 2 o'clock, and I was there again in the afternoon on Saturday. I really like this show because it is just the right size. I find the Washington show, which is the biggest show in the world, which happens in August, that's gigantic, and everybody is there, and it's a bit crazy. But this show has really a lot of my favorite vendors, and at the same time, it's a little less hectic. I think this year it was a little smaller, or it seems smaller. I don't know whether because of the economy or things about the weather or what's going on, but it seemed that there were fewer people there, fewer tables, but the people who were there, when I spoke to them, they seemed to be doing a great business, particularly the people who had vintage pens. There's a good mix at the Baltimore show between vintage dealers and people who make new pens like Franklin-Christoph or Edison Pens, and Kenro was there. But some of the really big companies like Pilot wasn't there. They weren't represented. They come to the DC show. I think probably that maybe some of the people that might have come from Europe don't come, because of what's going on in the world. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I did many more interviews than I usually do. Unfortunately, my comrade Andrew Wong, who was going to be there, got sick and couldn't make it to the show, so I was left to do all the interviewing. But I spoke to quite a few different people who haven't been on this channel, and I'm going to sort of feature them more than people that you've heard from, and you can pick and choose what you want to watch. If this is really something that's helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe. That's the way that you support the channel.
Hi, my name is David Fu.
Okay. And your friend here? Your alleged friend?
My alleged friend, Heather Lucas.
And this is your first Baltimore?
First time vending at the Baltimore show.
Okay, yeah. And you're Ton Melon Enterprises.
Yes, and does that help you a little bit?
Yeah. Well, tell me, what does the name mean?
There's a little bit of a story, and probably too long for the test run.
Too long.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's
a little bit off topic too.
Mysterious.
Yeah,
name.
The mysterious 1 ton melon.
All right,
yes.
and what are your wares here? What do you specialize?
I would say mostly Japanese semi-vintage. Japanese pens, 20, 30 years old, maybe 40. I have some older vintage. I have some random modern pens.
Oh.
It's not a unified thing by any means.
And what would be show us one or two that are really special?
Okay.
Or you?
Well, these are interesting.
Yes.
So this is a Pilot Mu 25 in matte black. It's a long short pen. It has a
that's nice.
Has a dated steel nib. It was a kind of a poor cousin to the Mu 701, which has the integrated stainless steel nib.
Oh.
But the matte black is it's in unused condition, and so it's a nice piece.
So it's rare.
It's rare, yeah. And
how much does that go for?
I have a price of $200.
Oh, that's reasonable. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a pen that
Was that on your list?
That could be. It could be on my list. Yes. Tell us about your
those are my boxes.
Yeah, that you make yourself.
Yeah, I make these 10-pen boxes, and they have a pleasing closing mechanism. Yes, if you pull it open, they have a cloth inside the whole 10 pens, and then if you push it slowly, there's a magnet that catches on the back.
And how did you come to do that, to make these? I mean, it's an unusual hobby. Well, it's not a hobby. It's
when I started in fountain pens, I decided I needed boxes.
Okay.
And I actually have the first one I made. I got the idea about the magnets. I have my first one actually.
Oh.
It's a little. Let's see, where is it? It's
Oh, isn't
the
that
original.
nice?
Yeah, and so I decorated with, I took a piece of paper and wrote a bunch of actually stream of consciousness stuff on it.
Oh
You
my
can tell
God,
that
these are works of art, really.
yeah, and so, it got some felt and got the
nice.
magnets on the back.
That's lovely. It becomes like a whole thing.
I made fashioned myself a little handle.
Oh.
And then, yeah.
Is this based on some other art form or something, or you just invented this yourself?
I had some interest in board games before, and I was making boxes for board game bids.
Oh,
so I had
okay.
some box making experience, and so when it came to the pens, I'm like, I think I could make something.
Is there like conventions of people who make boxes, or is there like a whole?
I don't know, but let me know if there are, because I want to go rock that convention.
I know. It's a beautiful thing. I love that. Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Sure.
All right. Say who you are.
Hi, I'm Bernardo. I'm the owner of Mondu Pens.
Terrific.
And yeah, I'm here very excited to launch some new models and be back to the Baltimore Pen Show.
Okay, well, show me what's new.
The newest model is this one here.
Oh, wonderful.
This model comes with a Jowo number 8 nib,
Oh,
which is just recently launched.
Oh, this is
So
beautiful.
Jowo is entering this segment of bigger nibs with a steel version, which is something they didn't have in the past.
Oh, and it's very smooth.
And many users, they like big nibs, but sometimes they avoid going to a big nib because of the price of the gold, and now with the steel nib it becomes a bit more affordable. And with today's technology, you write with a steel nib just as well as with a gold nib.
Now, is there a lot of interest from other manufacturers maybe to have this nib in their pen?
Yes,
Probably.
many manufacturers have become curious about it.
Right.
And I sold all the ones that I bought, that I brought to the show.
Yeah.
And I hope we're going to see an increase in demand in the upcoming months.
And what about, you showed me this pen, I thought was really nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
show me
pen
that.
is made of ebonite with a matte finish.
What's that called?
This is the Pioneer pen.
Pioneer.
The model is called Pioneer.
Cool.
The name of the ebonite is called Lizard.
Beautiful.
And in addition to the matte finish, it comes with this very special dual tone nib.
Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. That's gorgeous. Very nice.
I'm Seth with Pen Boutique,
Cool.
and today we are selling our new exclusive that we have with Monteverde.
Oh, cool.
So we have it as the singular pen by itself. For
Cool.
usually it's 62. Today we're doing it for 44.20.
Oh.
And
all
then we
right.
also have it with a little pen stand here that you can use for any of the MP1s,
Oh, cool.
which we usually do for 100. But today, on launch day, we are doing it for 68.
And are you like a fountain pen person? Are you like really into
A little
fountain?
bit, yep.
A little bit? What does that mean?
A little bit, as in, I'm
You're starting.
starting up with all the little collection.
Right. You're not. Are you an artist or anything, or use it for journal?
Writer, a little bit of a writer,
Okay, cool.
aspiring writer.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, that's on.
What are we talking about?
Okay, hi. Who are you?
Hi,
Just say who you
I'm Lauren Elliot of
Nice.
Lucky Star Pens.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay. What are you doing at the Baltimore Pen Show?
So I love all things in the night sky. Stars, galaxies, everything you see in the night sky. So all of my pen inspiration comes from typically pictures that I see maybe from the Webb telescope or the Hubble telescope, all these pictures I see of what's going on in our universe. And then I am the mastermind behind creating a new pen for the community.
Okay.
So my latest creation is...
And do you actually make them, or do you
No.
have them made?
No, I am not the maker,
Okay.
but my main maker is sitting right over here is
Okay.
Rich Paul of
Okay.
River City Pen Company.
Okay, so you partner with them.
Yes, so I do these collaborations
Nice.
with other makers to come out with pens that I would like to see in the community that I want to write with.
So show me one.
So the first one I have is Infinite Cosmos.
Oh, nice.
So this we have a amazing sparkly resin from Bob Dupris of Coral Creations.
Nice.
Rich makes the pen, and then I have a Cap Finial logo here.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can see that.
Let's see if we can get in. Yes, there we go. Nice.
Got
Really
it.
nice. Lovely.
So this one's called Infinite Cosmos, brand new for
shiny.
this show.
Cool.
The other one that's really amazing, it made by the same material by Bob Dupris, is Mercury.
Nice. And were you originally a pen collector? How did you
I
get
started as a pen collector, yes,
Right.
and I love fountain pens,
Right.
and so I turned this hobby passion basically into a very small business. So it's just
Sure.
me.
Cool.
I'm the CEO in the shipping department and the marketing department.
Did you start journaling or scrapbooking, or what? How did you get into? What did you do
Well,
with the fountain pens that you were
I
collecting?
dabble like a very little bit in calligraphy, but
Nice.
mostly journaling and just playing with pens with my pen friends
Right.
is actually the most fun. And so I've turned it into a small, very carefully curated shop online, and then I'm here at the pen show with just a few things. I do have some custom inks also.
Nice. Oh, you do custom inks too.
So I have Colorverse.
Nice.
Colorverse is my favorite ink brand
Cool.
from Korea.
Very cool.
And so I do sell a lot of the Colorverse line, but I've also had them make me custom inks for my brand.
There's Scott. Say who you are.
My name is Audrey Matteson, and I'm the nib specialist at Franklin-Christoph.
Terrific. So I know your pens very well, but I've never spoken to you before. Tell us what's new, like what's exciting.
Well, we have a lot of new, different ones that have been art by Amanda Voshtrat. So we have the pens here that she actually does some art on it, and we really enjoy working with her. We have a lot of new laser engraved. We have machinist Dustin who does
could you
the
show this?
lasering.
Show us
Oh,
that?
sure.
Yeah.
Any of the engraving here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so we have some painted and engraved ones. We also have Delrin, which is a different plastic material. Sometimes it's used a little bit for medical uses, but you can use it for
that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yes.
So it has a different little texture to it than you
Right.
do for acrylic. Just sort of a different little thicker feeling
Right.
to the actual pen itself. But yeah, we've been working on different designs that way. We also are well known for our demonstrator pens.
Of
So we
course,
have the
which is what I
glass
have.
series, which that antique glass. We have polar ice. So yeah, different colors, and we have our own proprietary way of clearing out the inside of the barrels. So those have been very popular. We've been trying to expand
so
that
when
as
you
well.
talk about being a nib specialist,
Yeah,
what does
of
that
course.
involve?
So any nib that you get from Franklin-Christoph is going to be tuned either by me, or most likely me, or somebody else in the company who was working on it.
They're Jowo nibs, but
Yes,
you tune them, make
Exactly.
sure
We get
they're
them
working.
unassembled. We do a 7-step cleaning and tuning process for every nib. Even if you just buy a nib and not even on a pen, every single one that
Right.
goes out is going to go through the same process no
Now,
matter what.
how did you get to start to do that?
Sure, I actually started, and I have a science background, so I have a PhD in microbiology.
Goodness.
And so I worked at NC State University for 5 years, and I was looking at water quality in Cambodia. So I was doing that for many
Yes.
years, and I was always into fountain pens.
Right.
And we would go to the pen show in Raleigh, and we got to know the owner of Franklin-Christoph, and I was ordering pens from them before I started working for Franklin-Christoph.
Right.
And it just so happened my job was going to be moving from Raleigh over to Oregon, and I was
Right.
like, I'm not going to move. I have family here. I'm not going to move all the way to Oregon. And Scott had a opening at the company. It wasn't doing nibs, but it's a small company, so everyone does a little bit of everything. So Jim Rouse is the one who actually was the nib specialist at the time. He was one of those people that always wanted to teach you if you wanted to learn, and I really wanted to learn how to do nibs. So whenever I had time, he would show me how to do that.
Right.
So my name is Rick Liebson. My business is Like New Pens.
Okay.
Somebody once said, is that because your pens are like new or because you like new pens? And I, of course, said yes.
Yes.
My particular passion is Japanese pens.
I see.
I've gone through various phases, but landed on Japanese pens. this case that you're standing in front of are all Nakaya, which is a high-end Japanese company that was a spin-off of elderly craftsmen who used to work for Platinum.
Oh.
And rather than lose them to retirement, the chairman, Mr. Nakata, convinced them to stay and produce these entirely handmade Urushi-coated pens.
I was going to say they're beautiful, the
Called
Urushi.
Nakaya.
Yes, it's just
So this
amazing.
whole case is that, and I'm kind of known for those. There are no dealers for that in the U.S.
Right.
And a lot of people call me Rick, the Nakaya guy. I say, if you want one, go see Rick.
Exactly.
This case is mostly other high-end Japanese pens. Across the top are mostly Namiki, which does some of the finest makie work in the industry, and a few others as well.
And Sailor King of Pens. Oh, these are beautiful.
Which are very well known. These are some
these pens are gorgeous.
Specialized makers of Urushi coated pens.
Very nice.
The brown one on your left. I'm not sure what the viewer is going to see, but on your left is Anush Padar, AP.
The AP one, right.
He now works out of the U.S. The second one is by Martin Pauly, Mondu Pens in Switzerland.
Wow.
The third one is a U.S.-owned brand, but the Urushi work was done in Belgium.
So basically,
Morgan Wisser.
You might say that they're Asian-inspired. They don't necessarily have to come from Japan,
Nakayas
but
are
in
all
the
made
tradition.
in Japan. Namikis are all made in Japan.
Exactly.
And they're hard to come by because most of this work is centered in Wajima province in Japan, and that's right where the big earthquake was a couple of years ago. So the production of these pens has slowed tremendously. And many of the people lost their houses and studios. A couple were killed. So they're hard to come by.
Wow. And that's the custom Urushi. That's the only one that I have is that one in red. I have a custom Urushi.
For a long time they made only the vermilion and the black that you see here. The Prussian blue. Well, there are a couple of special limited editions that were made for pen shops in Japan, only special colors. This Prussian blue was introduced, I think, last year, and dealers tell me are still very hard to get. They're selling them to their dealers in Japan, but they have been very slow to supply them in the U.S. I was very lucky to. I've had 6 now.
They have gorgeous nibs too. The nibs on them are just.
They're the large number 30 nibs.
It's just stunning.
Emperors are number 50. Those are the largest nibs.
Oh wow. Oh my God, that is gigantic. Yeah.
Yukari Royale line. This is called Parrot with Peach. It's all hand-done makie.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And this is a size 20 nib, so a little smaller.
Yes, I don't think I have a 20.
And then Yukari's or 15 or some are 10.
Very nice. I mean, that's the other thing is Namiki or Pilot. They make the most beautiful nibs.
Oh, they're wonderful.
They're wonderful. Excellent. Okay, well, that's great.
I'm Evan Rosenberg. This is my father, Julian Rosenberg.
Great.
And we are Penquisition.
Cool. So tell me what you're selling here. What you do.
So we have a variety of pen blocks and stationary accessories that we make from 3D printing or woodworking.
Cool. Oh, nice.
We also have some flashlights that we're an authorized dealer for, the Olight brand.
Oh, nice.
We've got some pens that we've collaborated on.
Oh, cool.
Maryland flag, Retro 51. We helped design this Hanukkah edition Bennu pen.
Oh.
This is an exclusive to us. I went to their distributor and I said, hey, I've got an idea. Go sell this to your retailers. I don't want to buy 300 of them myself.
Right.
But it's been very successful.
Could you tell me just a little more about that?
So this is from the Bennu's Talisman line, where they include a little bit of different materials in the resin of the pen. And so what I went to their distributor and said was, the story of Hanukkah would be great for this because you've got the olive oil,
right?
And you could do, olive bark. You could do olive something in there, and they were able to actually use olive oil in the pen itself. So this resin has a little bit of olive oil in its mixture,
beautiful.
And what's neat about it, this wasn't part of the plan for it, but the new is very innovative. They surprised me with this. The pen actually glows in the dark, which fits the Hanukkah story.
Nice.
And so you can see with the ultraviolet light there, where
beautiful.
it luminesces. Yeah. So we helped design that. And then the Touchstone pen is exclusive to us. We worked with Ben Walsh of Gravitas. I was sitting next to him at a pen show years back, and I was telling him what I wished I could find in a pocket pen. He just pulled out his laptop, whipped it up in CAD, and he's an amazing designer. So he worked with us on designing this exclusive
British,
pen.
isn't he?
Irish.
Right,
yeah.
right. Nice.
Yeah, nice guy.
Right, and you sell that also just exclusively?
Yeah. This is exclusive to us. It definitely, looking at it, you can tell Ben designed it. It has his design language.
No, it's beautiful.
But it's not a Gravitas pen. It's not available anywhere else. It's exclusive to us. And comes with a pen sleeve. The idea is a nice pocket pen.
How much does that go for?
$129 with the sleeve.
That's very
converter as well.
Very reasonable. They're Jowo nibs?
Jowo nibs that are actually engraved to be our logo.
Cool.
So instead of putting our logo on them, since our logo has, is a nib with a question mark, we had Jonathan Brooks engrave these with just the question mark to turn it into our logo.
Oh, wow. So that's very collaborative.
Yes.
Multiple collaborative.
Gravitas, Rickshaw, Carolina Pen Company.
Right.
It's nice to work with the whole community.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dave Isaacson.
Cool.
Glad to be here.
And you're one of the legendary fountain pen people.
Wow, that's an awful lot to live up to. I always saw myself as a hack amateur newbie with delusions of grandeur, but legendary works too.
Right. When were you a newbie? Like how long have you been doing this?
I started collecting vintage fountain pens with a focus on American pens, really 1920s to 1950s. Amazingly enough, 1998.
Okay.
Going on 28 years.
Right. Well, what's the Buddhist saying, that you should always have the heart of a beginner? There's something wonderful about a beginner, newbie, because they're fresh and it's all new. You're not jaded.
It's good not to be too jaded.
Yeah. So tell us about your pens.
Well, I have fortunately or unfortunately, somewhat eclectic mix at this show. My focus, again, is on vintage American fountain pens, and I occasionally get vintage European and Asian pens.
Right.
And I buy collections, and in the last couple of years, I've been involved in the purchase of 2 estate collections that were literally more than 5,000 pens each.
Wow.
So modern pens have a way of turning up.
Right.
So at this show, I really just grabbed cases and threw them into other cases. So I have vintage American pens, some restored formally, some not.
I see a lot of Parker.
Parker is my core focus, and I've got modern pens and Asian pens and European pens and all sorts of pens.
Cool. Excellent. And has the show been good for you today?
It's been a quite nice show.
Yeah.
This show has evolved, grown rapidly, and is doing quite well. It has a little more of a modern pen collecting focus than vintage, but we do have plenty of vintage collectors here.
Right.
And Bert and his gang are doing a great job running the show and bringing in customers. I've actually had a very busy sales day this week, or days this weekend. And I have no complaints.
Good. I know the other thing is, didn't you found there's one of the groups on Facebook? Isn't that your group?
Yeah, we have a Facebook group that's called Literally and Simply Fountain Pens. If you search for fountain pens, and when it gives you options, select that you want groups that are called fountain pens. We're a membership private group now, but 50,000 members. The picture header at the top right now shows a row of Parker Vacumania pens. There's usually a row of some pens up top. And you apply, answer the 2 minimal questions to make sure you're not a bot, so we can make sure, and we'll welcome you in. We have some of the most serious discussion online about collectible vintage pens. But the pen I most focus on for collecting, and this is a mint stickered example from the 1940s, is the Parker Vacumania.
Yes.
They made laminations, basically butcher blocking, pearlescent and clear celluloid, and they bored rod stock out of it, and they made the pens, giving a real, I don't know if the camera will capture.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But a really lovely look. They came in multiple models, sizes, and colors. There was evolution over a 20-year production period, and one can literally collect hundreds of variants.
Edison. Brian Gray with the Edison Pen Company.
Cool.
Yep.
What do you do there? Are you?
We manufacture custom pens. You can see our display all throughout here.
Of course. Wonderful.
Yep. So we try our best. We usually come to pen shows with usually we exceed 400 pens that we bring to shows. But of course, everything that we do is custom. So if anybody wants, we can always do a custom order.
Terrific.
And I'm not sure what else to say. We have,
So what? Anything new that's like a particular model that's new?
We did bring a limited edition just for the show. This, I think, is the last one, though. They're nearly sold out. But this is the Elysian, which is a newer model for us. It's a definitely a unique shape.
Definitely.
But it also has this section that is shaped. I was trying to kind of just make a continuous line here.
Oh, it's
beautiful. But then it also posts very, very deep.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way down to here, and it actually posts to be deeper than when it's capped.
Cool.
And that really makes the balance when it's posted.
It's lovely the way it fits on your hand.
Yep. I don't post my pens except this one. This one doesn't feel nearly as nice with that little bit there back on my hand.
Now, when you say, do you design them yourself? Are you one of the designers?
We manufacture all these. Yeah,
terrific.
We're in Ohio, and there's 5 of us working full time on these pens.
How did you get into this?
We're coming up on 19 years now, and I started. This was actually before social media even really existed.
Right.
So I wanted to make pens for myself, and I started posting my work on the Fountain Pen Network and Pen Trace and some of those, original forums before Facebook and Instagram even existed, and people started buying them. And then around that time that I started getting more and more sales is when I lost a job, and I transitioned right into pens after that happened.
That's
so
terrific.
Nice.
So I was wondering, it's like, were you an artist? A lot of times there are engineers who become pen. What was your background?
I got my degree in music, actually.
Really?
Like a trumpet performance and music education.
Wow, that's new. I hadn't heard that.
After graduation, I went into pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
And then that took me for about 12, 13 years until I moved into pens.
Right, seeing all those doctors with bad handwriting.
I'm sorry?
Seeing all those doctors with bad handwriting. Maybe that
exactly.
was it.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Catherine Picallo. I'm the president and maker at Pleasant Valley Textiles in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. So tell me about this.
Right, so I start with wool fibers, and I run the fibers through a machine that has 800 barbed needles that go up and down, and tangle the fibers together to make wool felt fabric. All of my products are lined in cotton, and the cotton is printed from my photographs.
Oh, beautiful!
In my on my travels.
Nice, really nice. Is there one? Can you show it to the camera? One that you really like and.
Well, one isn't meant to have favorites, but
it's not quite like your children.
But this one sort of is.
It's beautiful.
It's red cork on the bottom, and the black is a natural color of that comes from the sheep. It's Icelandic wool, and then the red streaks are also Icelandic wool, and it's kind of a tribute to the volcano that started in 2021.
Wow!
And then inside. Fabric, everything's lined.
Look at that. Oh, how beautiful.
So this is a beach in Iceland.
Yeah, so my name is Talon Matthews. I'm from Bone Crusher 7 Studios.
Terrific.
The whole company is me, my mother, April, and then my stepdad, James. Cool. James is the original Bone Crusher. He's been turning pens for 18 years.
Cool. And show me some of your pens.
Yeah, so this is our show exclusive that we made just for this one. We brought to the Baltimore show. James likes to make something new every time we go to a new show, so he's been experimenting with doing some of these true stone inlaid things. So this one has a turquoise color to it, but it has some silver bands in it and stuff like that. But yeah, we like to bring something new every time we come to a show.
I know. So are those pen also fountain pens?
They're nib holders.
Nib holders.
So we had lots of people that would come up and they would ask if we have any nib holders. So we decided to try them, and they've been a real hit.
I'm Rick Propas, and I am the Penguin.
Yes, and that in itself is interesting because you really should be the pelican. But why are you the penguin if you're the pelican expert?
When I first decided that I needed to buy, sell, and trade pens, my daughter was 16 years old, and just learning to write code.
Okay.
And she had adopted the Linux Penguin as sort of a mascot motto sort of thing. And so I had just finished a stint as editor of The Pennant, the publication of the Pen Collectors of America, and so we decided we would be the Penguin.
Got it. Ah, it has nothing to do with the pelican. It's just a weird.
It has nothing. It's a bird.
Yeah.
That's about as far as it went.
Exactly. Okay, so how did you get into this?
So, by training, I'm an American historian.
I know.
And my first pen was my father's Parker 51. So I was very much interested and involved with Parkers. And used them and traded a little bit in them. For my 50th birthday, my father-in-law decided that he was going to give each of his 2 kids and their spouses $500. I had just become aware on the old CompuServe pen board.
Oh my God.
Yes, I had become aware of the Pelican M800. It looked like a Parker Vacumatic Maxima. It had an interesting filling system. It sort of checked all the boxes. And I'd heard the buzz. So I went over to San Francisco, where my pen mentor, Saul Kitchener, ran a pen desk at Michael's Art Supply. Got a Pelican set, and the rest, as they say, is history. I was just totally captivated by them. Another mentor of mine said, if you like modern Pelicans, you'll love vintage Pelicans. A guy in Europe, I believe he's Swiss, Terry Nguyen, was on the board, and we worked out a trade that brought him a Mustard Parker 51 in exchange for a couple of Pelican 100s. And so I fell into the vintage Pelican rabbit hole. And for a decade I carried a Pelican 100 from the 1930s.
Wow.
And, you know...
And then you started repairing them, or how did you get into that?
I always loved taking things apart. From my father's Leica when I was a kid, to working on cars for as long as I could. So I've always been hands-on, mechanical, and so it was natural for me to start repairing pens back with Parkers in the 1980s. And then when I got to Pelican, I was fascinated with the 100 because it's built differently than any other fountain pen.
Really?
And I began repairing them because that's what I do. And suddenly people were coming to me for repairs and restorations. And today, the Penguin is actually operated by my partner, Danny Aarons.
Say hello. Handsome man.
And so Danny is our day-to-day chief operating officer. Our titles always change from show to show.
I know we're talking to.
Yeah.
I've been using operations pen like one of the
cool.
dealers.
Excellent.
And I continue to do acquisitions and repairs on a limited basis.
Cool.
When I'm doing repairs, it either has to be a person I like or a pen I like.
That makes sense. All right, well, excellent. So there you go. That gives you a taste of the variety of different vendors and kinds of pens that you can see on these shows. It really is a great thing. I had a great time. I want to thank Bert Oster and his team for putting this thing together. It must be just such a huge amount of labor to do this, but it was definitely worth it. We'll see you next time.